Mary Ann. We're coming to you today from Lakeland, Florida, the King Shield Production Studio. We've got a special guest here today. We have Rick. Hi, Rick.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Good. Well, thank you for coming. We're going to share some special things today with you folks out there in TV land, and it's going to be stuff that actually helps you in your life. You know, people go through all kinds of crazy stuff to get a testimony. We all want the money without the test. Well, we're going to give you some tips today how to come from one place in your life to come into another. And we're going to dig into some of Rick's past, which is probably going to be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to do it anyway. And then we're going to show you how people change. And we're tickled pink with the changes that are going on with Rick and his wife. And we're honored to be part of their friendship and part of the change, hopefully, and part of the Bible study group. And we're just thrilled to have them as friends. So, Rick, let's start off with way, way, way back, okay? Not too far back, right? We don't want to tell you right. So, how old were you when you left home?
Well, I was 16.
16 when you first left home. Okay, and why did you leave?
My mom pretty much got tired of us always getting in trouble, and so...
Okay, now were you the only child?
What's that?
The only child?
No, I have 2 other brothers and a sister. 2 other
brothers and a sister.
My sister being the oldest.
Okay, and so you fell in what line after that?
The middle.
The middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the middle child. Okay, so we have a lot of you folks out there that are middle kids, and you know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now was your mother the only caretaker of you, or did you have a mom and a dad?
I just had my mom pretty much my whole life. You know.
Did you know your dad at all?
Not so much.
Not so much.
No.
Did you ever meet your dad?
Yeah, I have little memories when I was like 5 maybe, but other than that, I just don't have no memory of him.
No memory of your dad. Okay, so basically your mother raised you by herself.
Right.
Did she work?
Oh yeah, my mom was a bartender at a VFW or a waitress.
Okay, now did she take you guys to work with her?
Sometimes at the VFW.
Right.
Go and hang out.
Right.
Playing pool.
Now, was that fun for you?
Oh yeah, that's always
kid?
great. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So basically, you were raised by a woman.
All right.
Did you miss your dad?
No.
You didn't miss him
no,
because you kind of never knew he was there.
It's hard to miss somebody you didn't really know.
Okay. So do you know him now? Did you ever get to know him?
No, I talk to him every now and then. Now, he lives in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. So you do know of him to talk to him.
Right.
Okay. But no real relationship as a young person.
No.
When did the relationship start with your dad?
Well, just recently.
Oh, did it just start recently?
Yeah, about maybe 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, my older brother, he got in contact with him. He gave me his number, and I talk to him every now and then on the phone. But other than that, I sent him. Well, my wife actually sent him some pictures.
Nice.
Of us, the grandkids, our kids.
And your wife is?
Stephanie. So
we did an interview with her on an earlier video. Is that correct?
Right.
Right. Okay, so now we get him. He's 16 years old. He's now leaving home. Says his mom is sick of him. I got a feeling you were a little sick of your mom.
And she actually sent me down to Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, she sent you to be with somebody? Or?
Not Jacksonville, it was Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I lived down there for like a year and a half.
So she sent you to be with like a relative, or?
Yeah, it was my cousin.
With your cousin.
Right.
Okay. All right. So was that just a woman too raising?
No, it was a guy.
A guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So did he kind of like play a father role to you?
Tried to kind of,
But you didn't accept him at that age. Usually by the time you're 16 years old, you don't accept anybody.
Right.
Because you're going through that phase period. You're not really a boy. You're not really a man. You're kind of like in the middle. So back up or go forward about a year. So when you were 17 years old, something traumatic happened. What was that?
Well, I moved to Louisville, Kentucky with my sister.
Okay.
And her husband was living there, and I moved with them. What it is, I got homesick. I want to be around family.
Right.
So I called my sister one day, and she said, "Well, you can come on up here." So I moved from Hollywood, Florida, up to Louisville, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay, and then what
And
happened?
I got into trouble just hanging around the wrong crowd, and breaking into houses, doing stupid stuff.
Right.
And I got caught for it, and got tried as an adult when I was 17. Got sentenced 10 years, and I did 8 months on 10 years.
How is that possible that you could get 10 years when you're 17 years old?
Right.
For breaking and entering?
Well, they say
Did
that's
you
one
rob
of
a bank?
No, it was just houses. You get more trouble for robbing a house than you do robbing banks.
10 years, holy mackerel.
Yeah.
All right,
They
so
threw a book at me and my
I guess
brother.
they wanted to make you an example. So was your brother with
Me
you?
and my brother, yeah.
So both of you went to prison. Did you go
Yeah.
to the same prison?
Yeah.
And you got tried as an adult at
Yeah.
17. So when you were there that day and they said, because did you think you were going to get out of it?
Well, that's what all criminals think, when you go to court, you expect the least time as possible.
Right. So you feel like you're not going to
Right.
you're not going to have to pay the price.
Right.
Okay. So
Wasn't expecting 10 years.
okay. So when they said 10 years, what did that make you feel like?
Honestly, I pretty much cussed the judge out.
Okay. Were you shocked?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was shocked, 10 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So that would have put you 27 before you got back out.
Yeah, if I'd have done the whole 10, right.
So how much did you actually do?
I did 8 months on 10 years. I did 4 months in the county jail, and then I finally got shipped to prison.
Right.
And I got lucky. They came to me with a deal of it's called boot camp. Go through boot camp for 4 months, and if you do you do everything they say in that 4 months, and finish the program, then you'd be eligible for parole. And I made it.
Okay, so for the people that don't understand what boot camp is, exactly look at that camera and tell them what that is.
Boot camp is Army. You get up every morning at 4 a.m. You raise the flag. You do your drills every morning. You go for mile hikes, guerrilla drills. You just do what it's Army. Everybody dresses the same, so nobody has got better anything than one another. Everybody got the same outfits on, same shoes.
So it's kind of a disciplinary program, is that correct?
Yeah,
so it gives you
definitely.
boundaries.
Right.
Okay, so I've got a question for you. Do you think the fact that you didn't have a dad the whole time, or most of the time when you were coming up, and not that your mom didn't do a good job, because I'm sure she did,
Yeah, my mom did an excellent job with us. So.
but she's still only a mother, so it's a one family, because a lot of the people that are listening to this now are coming from one family. There's one family member that's raising all those children.
Right.
So what we're trying to do is give them some information to help them out. So do you believe that because you didn't have a dad back here, and your mom, even though she did the best job she could, do you think that part of the reason that you got into trouble later on was because you didn't have a good role model, a good dad figure in your life?
I mean, it can be that, yeah. I mean, having a dad around and doing stuff, dad stuff like playing ball and playing catch or riding a bike or going fishing. My mom can't do it all.
Right.
We was in baseball, football. My mom was at her games when she can. And like I said, she
Did you
worked.
ever kind of feel like you'd look at other people's families and say,
Yeah, I
they
miss
have
my-
a dad?
Yeah. Like when they had father and son days at school.
Mm-hmm. And you were there by yourself with your mom?
Right. I kind of missed out on that. So.
Okay, so here's my question. For the people, no, that's great. This is really good stuff. So for the people that are listening, that are one parent members that are raising the children by themselves, what could your mom, I mean, I know she didn't know, but looking back on your perspective, what could your mom have done maybe different? Could she have gotten maybe a big brother involved in your, somebody, because they have big brother programs where they're bringing capable men into families with just women. So there is a father role there, because they say that it's real important to have a mom and a dad, because the dad is the tough guy.
Right.
The mom is the, everything's okay, you can do no wrong. And so that gives balance to a relationship.
My mom was a tough guy.
She was
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
right?
Believe that.
All right, so what could
But
the people do to change, if there is only one mom, or there is only a dad, and there's a bunch of kids, what could they do different? What would have helped you as a young age? For, let's say it was a day where the kids get to bring dad to school and you didn't have a dad. What could your mother have done? Should she have maybe looked into other programs to bring another dad into the picture? Or
maybe an uncle or somebody. Or
right.
But we lived in a state, where my uncles didn't live there, and so it's kind of hard to, we didn't know anybody in that state that we lived in. So
Right. But for those of you that are in this situation, there are Big Brother programs now. I mean, probably back then there wasn't a whole lot of it, but there's Big Brother programs now all over, especially in the state of Florida. And you can actually get a hold of them online and then give them the situation and then let them know. And they check out these guys, and these guys are like Big Brother. They're like surrogate fathers for families. So that will really help you a lot in that situation, because you do believe that probably it would have changed maybe the direction that you were going, because if you would have had a man figure in your life. There's also been a thing, they did a thing in the prison system a couple years ago when I was doing prison ministry. They brought 300 cards into men's prisons for Father's Day. They brought 300 cards in a women's prison for Mother's Day. Out of the 300 cards in the women's prison, all of them were given away. They were signed out for the girls to actually send to their mother. When they went to the men's prison and gave them the 300 cards, only 2 were signed out. And so therefore, a lot of the guys that wound up doing time didn't have dads and didn't have the backing that they needed to have.
Right.
So you need a good example, and that's why Jesus is such a great example now to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because he gives you what you didn't have as a kid.
Right.
And he shows you how to be a real man, because we all have this idea of what a real man's supposed to be. Right. And Jesus was the real man. So anyways, okay, so moving forward. So you did this time in boot camp, and you kind of you did it because why? You just wanted to get out of the program and go do your own thing, or you really were doing it with the intention to change?
I did it, I did it with the intention to change, but it didn't, it didn't change.
Okay, so you came out and you changed for a while, for a season. What happened?
Wow. Yeah, like I said, when I got out, I was on parole. I had to go once a week to report.
Okay.
Then, then it got once a month, and then I was finally off, and then I got back to doing stupid stuff again,
Okay, was it the people you were hanging out with? I mean, why?
Yeah, I can't blame on everybody. Just I had a mindset in my own mind, because when I was a kid, I always like seeing these kids riding on these nice bikes, and so I wanted that too. So I ended up taking other kids' stuff,
right,
or just
to be like them,
right,
to be as good as they are.
Steal like 5 bikes and make one bike.
One big bike.
But yeah.
Okay, so then you got busted for the bikes?
No.
Okay. So the bikes led to bigger things, right?
Yeah. It's just I always had the mindset why buy if you can get it for free?
Right.
But it took a long time for me to finally get that out of my mind.
Okay, so when did that change, and how did that change?
It changed back a few years ago, and I just now got into reading my Bible and in prison, jail, and.
So did you actually get saved in prison?
No, I got saved on Easter back last year, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just asked them into your heart and into your life and figured out you were wrong?
Yeah.
Repented?
Now I got a bunch of stuff. I got a beautiful wife, and got 2 dogs, 2 cats, a nice house, a brand new car.
Well, you got it all.
And we worked for it. I mean, God's given me quite a few talents in my life.
Right.
I've never worked in a fast food place. I'm not saying I'm better than everybody else.
Right.
But, that's for them, but I'm better than that.
Right.
And I do construction, and like I said, God's gifted me a bunch of talents.
Great.
That I can do, great.
I know you did my chicken house, and it was
I
excellent.
make really good money at it.
Right.
And now I got a mindset I don't want it if I can't pay for it.
Good. So
everything
when
I got,
did
I pay
that
for.
change take place? When you got saved, or when you started reading the Word, or when did the change take place?
Back when my last time I did, we had. I got extradited from state to state. I mean, it was.
Now,
a nightmare.
were they all theft charges or drug charges or?
Yeah, it's never drug charges. It's all theft charges.
Theft charges. Okay, but you did do drugs for a season of time, right?
Right.
And why did you do the drugs? Were you trying to forget?
I always started off doing drugs. When I was a kid, smoking pot.
Just recreational
Then I
kind
got
of thing.
drinking and smoking pot, and then people say pot's a gateway to bigger drugs. It really is. A lot of people don't believe that, but it really is.
Right.
And then we got doing cocaine.
Okay, so looking back, you got saved. You're in and out of jail for a while. You got saved. You started reading your Bible. The Lord started giving stuff back to you. You got a beautiful wife. You got dogs and cats and frogs and hogs, and you're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens now when the enemy comes and he tempts you with go back and do what you did?
I just pray about it.
And then that happens.
Yeah. There's always like a devil on one shoulder and Jesus on the other shoulder.
That's the truth, isn't it?
Don't look left, go look right.
Right. So you just stay put and
That was
stay
always,
focused.
you know, I can always get on the path right, you know, easily. But then it's like you're walking down the path, you hear a little whistle, come here. And it's right off the path again.
Okay, so what stops that now?
Just have like blinders up.
That's a great analogy.
Stay focused. And,
That's what they do with the donkey, you know?
Yeah.
They put the blinders on
Right.
the side. Well, that's great. Okay, so what's the future?
and I don't want to go back to prison or jail again, you know.
Are you done with it?
Yeah, I mean, I want to live life, and you know, it's a lot of friends that we have, like you know, you and your husband, and a couple other friends that we have in the Bible study and the ministry. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, he played Santa Claus for us at the last around Christmas time. He was
Yeah.
a great Santa. So if you need a Santa, he's your man.
Yeah, I really did love it. I did it back, I don't know, about 10 years ago. I did it at a daycare, and there was like, I don't know, about 40 kids in there.
Don't you love that feeling?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, when you're helping somebody, it's like a whole different thing.
Especially when we did it at that ministry. That was great too.
Yeah. Yeah,
As soon as I pulled up and I came out of the bathroom like, Sheila!
Makes you feel kind of famous, doesn't it?
It did. It did. It was great. You know?
Well,
had
good.
a-
So now, what does the future hold for you? What do you see in your future?
Better things. You know, I mean, I don't know what holds. You know, but I know what's coming. A lot of better things that I didn't have. When you know, the things I wanted to have. You know, and I could give my little 6-year-old back. That's a blessing.
That's a miracle, is what that is.
Oh yes, my wife, my beautiful wife, and my kids, my grandkids.
Nice. You'll love grandkids. They're
Yeah.
great. Okay, so if you were to say a couple words of wisdom to somebody, what would you tell them?
I used to have a mind. I used to tell people this all the time. I used to tell them, you can learn a lot from people, from other. You know, you can learn from other people's mistakes. It took me a long time to realize what I was saying to other people. You know, and then I finally realized. You know, one day I was like, "Do you not hear yourself? You're telling other people to learn from other people's mistakes." Something I had never learned. But I always tell people the same thing when I'm telling you, and finally learn from my own mistakes.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
That is the best. That is the
And
best.
just stay out of trouble. Prison and jail is no place to be. It really ain't.
Not fun, is it?
No,
Not
it's
cool.
not fun at all. You know, then when you get out, you know, then you're judged by other people. You know, because you got felonies and. You know, he's a bad guy, and, you know, that's not true. We're all human still. A lot of people that do judge other people for that stuff, and, you know, they just haven't got caught for their stuff.
You're exactly correct. That is exactly the truth.
It really is, you know,
Yeah.
and people shouldn't be like that.
Well, I think the thing is that we, you know, in Christianity, we put on airs. And it's
Yeah.
just like, you know, when we were in the world, we didn't give a darn. When one gets saved, all of a sudden now we think we have to put on an air for everybody. But everybody puts on their pants the same way,
Yeah.
and everybody basically has the same temptations. But the good news is we have the same Lord, and He gives you the power to be able to overcome what the enemy is putting in front of you. That is actually going to be a deterrent to the destiny that He laid out for you.
Right.
God says in Genesis 3 that you are made in His image, and His image is a wonderful image, and it
is.
holds a wonderful future, not the one that we had. So you can either choose to let your past identify you, or you can let God's Word identify you. By His stripes, you've already been healed. Thank you so much, Rick. We appreciate it. You've done a great job. I
Right.
know he's a little bit nervous about doing this, but he's good now, right?
Right?
Okay, well, we'll see you later. See you the next time.
Thanks for having me. God bless.
God bless.